Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to this video lecture. Today I'll deliver a lecture on the topic the coastal plains and the islands for class 4th subject SST. So the coastal plains. The coastal plains are the narrow stretches that surround the plateau region of India on the eastern and western sides. The narrow stretches that surround the plateau region of India on the eastern and western side are called coastal plains. The southern plateau is bordered by water on three sides: the Arabian Sea on west, the Bay of Bengal on east, and the Indian Ocean on the south, and such a mass of land that is surrounded on three sides by water is called a peninsula. When we look at the map, you can see this pink mark. These are the coastal plains of India, and you can see it stretches from Arabian Sea to the Bay of Bengal, and it is surrounded by water on three sides: Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, and the Indian Ocean. And such a mass of land that is surrounded on three sides by water is called a peninsula. So these coastal plains are divided into western and eastern coastal plains. Western and eastern coastal plains. You can see in this map, these are divided into two: western and eastern coastal plains. India has a coastline of about 7,500 kilometers. This coastline from western to eastern part is about 7,500 kilometers. The plain running along the Arabian Sea is called the western coast. The plain running along the Arabian Sea is called the western coast, and the plain stretching along the Bay of Bengal is called as eastern coastal plains. These two plains, western and eastern coastal plains, meet at Kanyakumari in the south. Kanyakumari is the meeting point of these two coastal plains. Then the western coastal plains. Western coastal plains lie between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats. It stretches from Gujarat to Kerala, and its average width is 65 kilometers. This western coast is divided into three coasts. These western coastal plains are divided into three coasts: Gujarat coast, Konkan coast, and Malabar coast. Gujarat coast. When we talk about Gujarat coast, the western coastal plains are broadest in this region, stretching from the Gulf of Kutch to the Gulf of Khambat. Stretching from Gulf of Kutch to the Gulf of Khambat. You can see here in this map, this is the Gujarat coast and it stretches from Gulf of Kutch to the Gulf of Khambat. Ahmedabad is a famous textile center in this coast, and Kandla port is an important seaport of this region. Kandla port, it's an important seaport of this region. Then moving towards the Konkan coast. The Konkan coast is situated in the south of Gulf of Khambat. This coast is situated in the south of Gulf of Khambat. The coastal strip is narrow here and is not more than 65 kilometers wide. It stretches from Gulf of Khambat to Goa. You can see here in this map, this red mark you might be able to see. It's the Konkan coast. It stretches from the Gulf of Khambat to Goa. This area is rocky and uneven. Mumbai, India's biggest port, is situated on this coast, and this coast is very rich in oil deposits. Bombay has an oil refinery which is situated in this coast. Bombay High is situated in this coast. Then we have Malabar coast. Malabar coast stretches from Goa to Kanyakumari. This coast has typical features like sandbars and lagoons. This coast gets heavy rainfalls. Kochi is the most important seaport of this coast. It has an oil refinery and a shipbuilding yard. Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary is also situated on this coast, which is famous for elephants. Then the eastern coastal plains. The eastern coastal plains are a wide stretch of land mass of India lying between the eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. It stretches from Tamil Nadu in the south to West Bengal in the north. It stretches from Tamil Nadu in the south to the West Bengal in the north. Its average width is 120 kilometers. 120 kilometers. West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Kanyakumari lies in this region. These eastern coastal plains are also divided into two parts. The northern part of this plain is known as Northern Sircars, while as the southern part is called as Coromandel Coast. The deltas of many rivers form a major portion of these plains. So the eastern coastal plains are divided into northern Sircars and the Coromandel Coast. Rivers like Godavari, Kaveri, Krishna and Mahanadi drain these plains. Kolkata, Chennai, Visakhapatnam and Paradip are the main seaports of eastern coastal plains. Visakhapatnam is famous for shipbuilding yards, and Coromandel Coast is famous for Vivekananda Rock Memorial. Then we have the islands of India. There are two major groups of islands in India. These are the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These are a group of 293 islands in the Bay of Bengal. A group of 293 islands in the Bay of Bengal and is a union territory of India. Port Blair is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The Indira Point in the Nicobar Islands is the southernmost point of India. The Indira Point in the Nicobar Islands is the southernmost point of India. You can see here in the map. This is Indira Point, the southernmost point of India. Then we have Cellular Jail in Port Blair, which is a national monument. Cellular Jail is in Port Blair, which is a national monument because many freedom fighters were kept here during the British rule. Cellular Jail, which is in Port Blair, is a national monument because many freedom fighters were kept here during the British rule. The climate of the islands is pleasant and receive heavy rainfall during monsoon. But only a few islands are inhabited, and these islands are inhabited by tribal people who speak tribal languages. Hindi is also spoken. These islands are a great tourist attraction. It was all about Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Then we have Lakshadweep Islands. Lakshadweep is the smallest union territory of India. The smallest union territory of India. These are a group of 36 islands situated in the Arabian Sea. These Lakshadweep Islands are situated in Arabian Sea, and about 10 of these islands are inhabited. Kavarati is the capital of Lakshadweep. They are surrounded by beautiful coral reefs. Malayalam is the main language spoken by the people here. So this was all about the coastal plains and the islands. See you in the next lecture. Till then, take care.